First at 4, grief and confusion on a college campus. Police are trying to figure out why 3 football players were shot to death. We have the very latest information. Here's Kim.
Well, another chilly afternoon here in Metro Detroit with temperatures in the 30s, and we are tracking some snow down to our south. I'll show you the radar coming up in a moment.
I'll take you to a community that is an electoral canary in the mine shaft, having a 90% success rate in choosing our state and national leaders. So why do they get it right most of the time?
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, police are searching for a motive in the shootings of 3 college football players. The shooting led to a lockdown on the campus of the University of Virginia. The suspect captured after a 12-hour manhunt. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom tracking the latest on the investigation and what we know about this suspect. Kim.
Karen, good afternoon. The suspect's name is Chris Darnell Jones. We're told he was a former member of the UVA football team. He hadn't been on that team for at least a year. It's not clear what may have him off the team. The university's president says they're searching for a, quote, full understanding of the motive. The horrifying chain of events started in a parking garage on campus as the victims were returning from an off-campus field trip around 10:30 Sunday night. 5 people were shot, 2 were injured, with one of them in critical and another in good condition. The 3 students who died have been identified as Devin Chandler, Deshaun Perry, and Lavelle Davis Jr. The university's president also described the emotions on campus.
This is an unimaginably sad day for our community. The entire university community is grieving this morning. My heart is broken for the victims and their families and for all those who knew and loved them.
Shooting set off an intense manhunt with police doing a building-by-building search. The suspect was actually taken into custody while officials were holding that news conference that you just saw this morning. Police have obtained arrest warrants for Jones, charging him with 3 counts of second-degree murder and 3 counts of using a handgun in the commission of a felony. We have an NBC crew in Virginia gathering new information. You can watch for an update when you join us for Local 4 News at 5 o'clock. For now, Karen, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Kim. Meantime, here at home, 2 suspects in a stolen car chase are still on the loose hours after a frantic search shut down Oakland University. This morning, students and staff were told to shelter in place and campus activities were put on hold. It all started when some cars were stolen from a car dealership in Grand Blanc Township. One crashed at I-75 and Jocelyn Road, killing a suspected thief, but 2 other men apparently ran to the university. It is believed they were somewhere around the Meadowbrook Theater. Many students were really shook up.
There's a lot of anxiety. I think a lot of people aren't here because their moms are like, yeah, just don't go today, and people are canceling classes and stuff. It's pretty hectic, a pretty big toll on everybody.
Things started to go back to normal around noon. We'll have a live update on the search for those suspects tonight when you join us for Local 4 News at 5. Ferndale police have made an arrest following social media threats of violence that closed Ferndale High and middle schools. Police say the suspect is a 16-year-old girl who attends Ferndale High School. She has been sent to the Oakland County Children's Village until prosecutors make their next move. We'll have more about the arrest, also the school's response, tonight at 6. Well, the firearm deer season kicks off tomorrow, and there are some changes in store for Michigan hunters. For the first time, anyone who successfully takes a deer will need to report the kill online. That harvest report must be made within 72 hours. We posted a link to more information on how to fill out those reports at clickondetroit.com. The firearm deer season runs from November 15th to the 30th. And hunters will be facing some cold and some snow if they head out this week. Meteorologist Kim Adams standing by with our first forecast. Kim.
Well, those hunters will probably be happy because I know they like snow for tracking purposes, but it is going to be cold. Right now we are below normal. We should be in the low 50s, only in the 30s right now. Pretty much everywhere you go will widen the view, and it's cold across much of the eastern half of the country. 35 in Green Bay, 29 in Minneapolis, only 16 in Bismarck. But we're watching down to our south and to our west where there is a little bit of rain. So it is dry right now here in Metro Detroit, but as we slide way down, just coming up out of Oklahoma and the Central Plains and parts of northern northern Texas. That is headed our direction. And by the time it gets here, we could see rain possibly mixed with some snow and maybe even our first inch or two of snow, especially on the west side. Temperatures tomorrow do get up to 40 degrees. I'll have more on the snow and what we're expecting coming up in the forecast.
All right. Thank you, Kim. Well, student loan forgiveness remains in legal limbo right now after another setback for the Biden administration. Today, a court of appeals agreed to a preliminary injunction, putting the program on hold while legal battles play out. The Department of Education is fighting two separate court cases. Appeals are underway, but that means no debt relief in the foreseeable future. Meantime, everybody was watching this meeting today between two of the world's most powerful leaders. President Joe Biden and China's president held this face-to-face meeting ahead of the G20 summit in Bali. President Biden says he doesn't think there needs to be a Cold War between the two countries, but says he did object to China's increasingly aggressive actions toward Taiwan. Biden is hoping any disagreements can be managed.
We're going to compete vigorously, but I'm not looking for conflict. I'm looking to manage this competition responsibly. And I want to make sure that every country abides by the international rules of the road.
Biden says the two leaders also talked about Russia's aggression against Ukraine and reaffirmed a shared belief the threat or the use of nuclear weapons are totally unacceptable. Pollsters and pundits are always trying to predict how voters are going to vote. Well, it turns out they might want to talk to residents of a city in Macomb County that's earning quite a track record when it comes to choosing the winning candidates. Paula Tutman tries to find out why one city almost always seems to get it right.
If you want to know what's really on the minds of the Michigan American electorate, the city of Sterling Heights is a place you can start asking questions.
I think a lot of people here are pretty reasonable, probably a good representation of America.
It just so happens that this is the right longitude and latitude for attitudes that choose our national and state leaders. Since the year 2000, in terms of picking the president of the United States, Sterling Heights has only gotten it wrong once. It's only gotten the governor wrong once. It's only gotten the Attorney General's office wrong once. The way Sterling Heights votes, basically, so goes Michigan and so goes the nation, close to 90% of the time.
I think our voters vote for the people, not necessarily for the party. So while they might lean toward one party or the other, I think our voters really do take a look at the individual that's running for office and they vote their conscience.
In 2002, Sterling Heights incorrectly chose Republican Dick Posthumus for governor, but correctly voted Democrat Jennifer Granholm the next election cycle. It correctly voted for George W. Bush and Barack Obama twice, chose Donald Trump correctly in 2016, but incorrectly Donald Trump in 2020. In 22 years, it has never gotten Secretary of State wrong. And for the 2020 midterms, it correctly chose the Democratic winners of governor, Secretary of State, Attorney General, county exec, all three state proposals, and in terms of down ballot votes, correctly predicted a mix of Republican and Democratic congressional and state legislative offices, with the exception of two. So when you do the math, if you want to know the pulse of the people, Sterling Heights pretty much has it.
This election for me was abortion rights was a big one.
You should not be taking away rights from people who have had them for 50 years. It's just a sign of regression.
Election deniers was a big one, preserving democracy, that kind of thing.
I want to vote for people that actually care about our community.
The economy mattered, but I don't know how much, my vote really influences that.
I think they're a great cross-section of the country and of our state. We're very, what I like to call a purple community. We're about 50% Republican, 50% Democrat, and their voters just come out and they vote.
Yeah, and so I'm taking a look at some of these other down ballot races, right down to judges and even trustees for universities and colleges. Karen, they get them right. And so if you want to know what's on the minds of Michiganders or even America in general, then this little town, Sterling Heights, about 134,000 people, 102,000 are registered voters. They vote. They are a microcosm of what our nation, I should say, are thinking, both Democrats and Republicans.
What an interesting story. I love it. Sterling Heights, out of all the places, right, Paula?
Right here in Sterling Heights.
That's right. All right. We appreciate it. Thank you.